everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to the Front Yard Fantasy Hour presented by FanDuel. My name is Josh, and I'm here today, as I always am, as the Front Yard Fantasy Hour always is, on Fridays at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time with my very good friend JL, or John Luke Garofalo. I know you like when I say both your names. JL, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling better now that you use both of my names.
Yeah, I got you, JL, John Luke Garofalo.
Thank you. Stop.
Also, we have the pleasure of having one of our favorite, don't tell everyone else, Front Yard Fantasy team members, Joey Wright, on the show today. What is up, Joey?
Not much, just, at home on FanDuel with my favorite people. So, and JL's here too, so that's nice.
Some people call it heaven.
Let's keep going. But listen, guys, we have a very special guest tonight, Eric Moody. You can find him on Twitter at Eric N. Moody. It's also under his face right there, I believe. Actually, is it? Yeah, there it is. It's right there.
There it is.
He is a writer and on-air talent at ESPN. Maybe you've heard of the small startup company ESPN. Moody works there. They're doing pretty well for themselves. He's an analyst for the NFL, NBA, WNBA, fantasy, and sports betting. We always have a good time when you're on the show. How are you doing today, Moody?
I'm doing pretty good. As you were going through that, I was sitting there thinking, you know what, Josh, please take a breath. That was a lot of words that you put out there, my friend. It was a lot of words. But, hey, you crush it. But, no, things are going well. Great time of the year. We got WNBA that's coming up. We got NBA playoffs. And, of course, football's all year round. Dynasty, fantasy football, sports betting. It's just a machine. But, no, things are great. If I were doing any better, I'd be a twin.
Oh, I like that. I like that very much.
Yes, Moody is one of the best people to follow. I'm not exaggerating at all. He is so talented. Make sure you
follow this man. You're missing out if you're not. So do it. But we're playing Pole Perception today. I'm very excited. Moody, you've never played before, have you?
I've not. This will be my first time playing Pole Perception. I know prior to the show, you were talking a lot of smack, saying that you're going to bring the pain. So we'll see what happens. We'll see.
It's easy to do when I played a game probably about 100 times now and no one's ever played before. I'm probably feel pretty confident, right? I should at least. But we'll see what happens.
I'm sure
you're going to take me down.
Yeah, exactly. That's the beauty of this game.
I do love Pole Perception though. This is actually our OG game. This is the first game we ever put together. And it's still one of my favorites that holds up.
Yeah, special place in my heart for sure.
Mm-hmm. Joey, how do you feel about Pole Perception?
It's now my favorite game. Really? And I'm not just saying that. I said before we came on, I was like, this is my favorite game we play.
It's the right answer.
It used to be Quiplash, but now that I actually pay attention to what's going on in football. No, but it's you learn to play the game, and it's a lot of fun. I love it.
Moody, real quick question for you. You're in a Dynasty startup draft, just one quarterback. Who are you drafting first? Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, or Jonathan Taylor? It's a question I ask some people randomly all the time, and I just like to give people's opinions because I don't think you can go wrong with either any of the three. But I'm just wondering, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. You can't go wrong with those options, but I would end up going with Jamar Chase. I just always prefer to, obviously spend that draft capital in the startup, on a wide receiver. And if you just look at the trajectory of Chase's career, with him and Joe Burrow, they're going to mature together as NFL players. And so if I'm in Dynasty, I want a part of that. Nothing against Justin Jefferson. I love him. He's an LSU guy, but just has a little bit more uncertainty, we'll say, at the quarterback position.
I couldn't agree more. I'm a Jamar Chase. If I was in a Dynasty startup, one quarterback, if it's a super flex league, it changes. Yeah. I'm taking Jamar Chase. Yeah. Those Justin Jefferson truthers out there, go for it. Nothing wrong with that. You want to go with a running back? Jonathan Taylor is the best one to have. I couldn't blame you for taking Jonathan Taylor. It's Dynasty League, though. I'm going to go with one of the wide receivers.
Exactly. I'm with you, Josh. I'm with you.
All right.
Is it unanimous at FYF for Chase?
Jamar Chase?
I don't know.
I think Simon, last time I talked to Simon about this, him and I both made the switch from Jefferson to Chase, and they're still so close. We're splitting hairs here. You can't really go wrong. It's just like what Moody said, the Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase connection for years to come. I want a part of that.
Absolutely.
All right. So, guys, like I said, we're playing Pole Perception today. I'm going to just go over the rules real fast, and we can kind of get into the game. JL put together a bunch of good polls that he found on Twitter. Twitter today, right, JL?
Today is a Twitter day.
Gotcha. So this, like we mentioned, was the first ever game that we created at Front Yard Fantasy, poll perception. So essentially, JL is going to be the host today, and everyone else, the other 3 guys here, are going to be contestants. Before the show, JL found 7 polls on Twitter. An example of a poll might be something like, it might ask, which side would you rather have in a Dynasty League? Side A, Saquon Barkley. Side B is Joshua Jacobs. Whoever goes first will have to try to guess what percentage of people voted for side A. So in this case, it was Saquon Barkley, side A, Joshua Jacobs, side B. So, if I was going first, I might say Saquon Barkley should have 60%. I don't know. Then the next person that goes has to guess whether the actual percentage is over or under the first person that guesses vote. So if you think that Saquon Barkley had more votes on this poll, you'd say over. If you think he had less votes, you say under. And the person guessing the percentage gets points depending on how close they are. So if they're within 15 percentage points, that's 1 point. Within 10 percentage points, that's 3 points. Within 5 percentage points, that's 5 points. If you get this percentage exactly right, you get 10 points. And we'll play 3 rounds like this until we get to the final round, where all 3 of our contestants will write down percentages. Whoever has the most points at the end of the game will be our poll perception winner of today. Woo. I'm excited to get in there, guys.
We got some people here in the chat. Mr. Scampers.
Beautiful people in the chat.
Hey, Mr. Scampers.
Albert, what's going on? Albert, welcome in. And Albert's got a question for you. Who do you have making it to the NBA Finals?
Ooh. Oh, man.
Ooh.
The NBA Finals. Oh, gosh. God, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. You really got me on the spot there. I'm just curious, guys. While I think about that, who do you think will go? And I'll answer.
God, no! Don't ask us.
No. I was sitting there thinking. I was like, gosh.
Hey, Josh, why don't you tell us?
So look. I know they haven't put it together all season, but look, what about the Nets? What if they put it all together, guys? What about the Nets? What if the Nets put it all together?
What if
you absolutely hate that one, Moody?
Yeah,
he does. He's just being
defensively. Nice. Yeah, defensively, it's they're
I know they haven't looked great.
They're very,
I know they haven't looked great.
They're very inconsistent.
NBA is definitely not my wheelhouse when it comes down to it, though.
Yeah, that is tough. I'm really struggling with this. And normally with these types of questions, I'm like, it's like a quick response. But today, it's not. It'll come to me in a minute.
Yeah, you think on it, you'll come back.
He really got me there.
That's
I'm
okay.
in football mode. I'm like, whoa, NBA.
Yeah, no, it's totally okay.
I'm eating some olives, thinking of
if I'm gonna look, the Heat. I'm gonna go with
there.
It is. I'm gonna go with the Heat.
The Heat.
I'm locking in the Heat. They are my favorites to win the finals.
All right.
Not that you asked us, Albert. He knows we're not the biggest basketball guys.
Yeah. Mr. Scamper said, Josh asking random elderly women at the market, what's the value of Robert Woods in Dynasty right now? That he's with the Titans.
I actually love that. I think I should do it. Start a video series just asking random people Dynasty values. I think you brought it up, JL, something like because
Billy
I
on the street
the other day, like I was kind of like, who would win in a fight, a jaguar or 2 chimpanzees?
Yeah.
And what do you think, Moody?
I've got it. I was sitting there thinking about this. So
okay.
I don't want to leave Albert hanging. I know he asks me questions on Twitter all the time. So I would say the Suns and the Celtics.
Okay, Suns and
the Celtics.
Okay.
And I think the Suns would end up beating them. I like Boston quite a bit because they've got the offensive firepower. They also have, they've played really good defense as well, like this year when you look at a lot of those advanced metrics. But I would say the Suns over the Celtics.
All right.
I like it.
Yeah.
I love it. I want some more of it.
That was beautiful, Josh.
The well played.
Yeah.
And then real fast, Jay Wall coming in here before he said, "Let's go, Moody." I think that's a goat, Moody. So, goat means greatest of all time. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I like to hear. Greg saying fear the deer. So I guess he's thinking Bucks.
Oh,
the Bucks.
Maybe. All right, you guys ready to play some poll perception?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, before we get in there, friendly reminder. If you're watching this, you're probably on YouTube, probably on Twitch. You're on FanDuel's channels. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube to FanDuel. They have so many good content creators. I'm telling you, so many good content creators. Make sure you follow on Twitch. Make sure, and they're on all these platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, probably. I don't know, but make sure you're on following them. Are you guys ready to play?
I've never been more ready, JL.
Let's do it.
All right. The order today. I actually messed up the banner here. So Josh, you are going to go first, followed by Moody.
Good.
Followed by Joey.
All right.
Sound good to you guys?
Yeah. I like going first, actually.
All right. Well, I'm going to put this scoreboard up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Josh, you are going first. Here's your first poll. Just get right in there. Just get right in there. All right, here we go. Dynasty. Which side would you prefer? Antonio Gibson plus Saquon Barkley plus the 2023 second, or Justin Jefferson? What percentage of the public chose Antonio, the package side of this trade? Antonio Gibson, Barkley, and the second.
Oh man. Okay, so it's a dynasty league. We're not getting much context with the 2023 for a second. If it's a super flex league, it's it's not going to change the value too much of that second round pick. So Antonio Gibson and Saquon Barkley, just to break it down, like Antonio Gibson's like probably going in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round of a lot of dynasty leagues. Saquon Barkley a little bit lower probably, but around the same range. And then a second round pick, Justin Jefferson, we were just talking about. He's a top 3 dynasty asset, locked and loaded. Mm-hmm. That's a tough one. I think the majority of people are probably going to be going on the Justin Jefferson side when it comes down to it. He's the biggest name out of these guys. And those running backs are going to be valuable, though. This could be relatively close. I'm going to go on the Justin Jefferson side. So I'm going to take a percentage under 50% on side A. So I'll say that 36% of people chose side A.
36% of people. Final answer.
Final answer, 36%.
All right, Moody, you think the actual percentage was over or under 36%?
I'm going to say over.
Taking the over. Mm-hmm. All right. Add the over. No context. You're feeling it. It's far over.
Yeah. Just, I guess, to add some context, I know everyone is going to value like Antonio Gibson. Saquon Barkley, it's been hit or miss. Some people are very optimistic about his outlook, while others are like, he's a bum. He's always hurt. He's not going to do anything. So that could be, that'll play a factor. But then people, they're always looking at those future draft picks, 2020, 2023 second round pick. I just think it's higher than most people would think.
It's a lot of value.
Looking at the value and the volume. So
yeah,
that's my take.
I like that. Joey, I think the actual percentage is over or under 36%.
Well, knowing my competition, I knew Josh was going to go a divisible of 9. So but I thought he was going to go 45. Ooh. And so I was going to go under 45, but 36, it seems a little low to me because that is a decent package for Jefferson. I do believe Jefferson, I'd rather have the Jefferson side of this. So I'm going to go over as well, just slightly. And I almost want to queen bee it. I'm not going to.
So you're going to take over as well. Oh, yeah, we didn't. I don't think we mentioned, but our queen bee rule is a special rule we added later on after we were playing this game for a while, where the contestants not guessing the actual percentage can choose the exact, can just say queen bee rule it. And that just means that if the contestant gets it exactly right, they're going to also get 10 points. So
I pulled a executive decision and said it was 15 points.
15 points.
All right.
Okay.
You're really taking your shot. No, 15 points for the person that queen bees, 10 points for the person. So it makes sense. Like if you get queen beed and it's spot on, it's like you're really taking a shot, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're really
way high upside.
Yeah, exactly. So,
all right. So let's see. I think I maybe miscourse. Joey, you said over as well, right?
Yes.
All right.
And Moody, just so you know, Joey mentioned it, but I don't always do it, but I'll say 9 out of 10 times. Guess indivisibles of 9, so 36 is a divisible of 9.
Very weird fetish of number 9 for some reason.
Yeah, it's my fetish. It's my fetish. That's definitely what
Word
it is.
choice. Yeah.
Whenever Josh is the host, you play to the host and you do divisibles by 9, and he starts leaning your direction slowly.
I like where your head's at.
And this is a good reminder. If this is your first time watching us, play along in the chat. We love when you guys play along in the chat, and we're going to shout you out if you get close, if you beat everybody up here, and we're going to make fun of you if you miss it, probably. It's just what we do. It's all love. We expect you to make fun of us. We're going to make fun of you. That's what friends do. So we got Albert in here, 41%, Dame 46%, and Mr. Scampers 22%, Craig 18%, and J Wall 27%.
Interesting. Kind of all over the place a little bit. We'll see how this goes.
To refresh, Josh, you guessed 33% of people would choose side. I'm sorry, 36% of people will choose side A of this poll. And both Joey and Moody took the over. The actual percentage is, I said it, 33%.
Oh,
33%.
Wow.
Excellent bid, Josh.
All right.
Well
all right.
done, Josh. You were 3 percentage points away. That's going to give you 5. And you ghosted these two. You just totally knocked them out. They're not getting any points this round. Well done.
Oh, man.
Too close to the actual percentage. I messed with you guys too good.
This isn't one of the games where you give the creativity points, Jail?
No
not this
creativity
one?
points. I'm sorry, Joey.
And Moody would have gotten it, I think.
He would have.
Yeah, I think so. Moody, let me ask you before we go on to our next poll.
Yeah.
How you feeling about Saquon Barkley? He's in this poll. I feel like he's probably one of the biggest drops from last season, this season in terms of value. People are feeling out on him. Are you out on Saquon Barkley?
No, I'm not out on him. It's an interesting scenario because he's another season removed from his knee injury, which I think is a good thing. He's still really young. He's a young player. I think he's still got a lot of football left in him, and it's just the situation around him obviously needs to improve. So they make some tweaks to the offensive line. If the offense is different, with the new coaching regime coming in there, and I think he can be a really nice value. And I'm just thinking of it even from like a redraft lens, of being able to get Saquon like in the 3rd round. I think that's an investment that I'm very open to taking. I'll say.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like I'm gonna end up with a lot of Saquon Barkley on my rosters come this upcoming season. Josh, how do you feel about Saquon? You got a different opinion?
No, not really. I think he's appropriately valued. That doesn't mean, I think he's appropriately valued. So I'm probably not gonna have a ton if people are reaching for him. But if he falls into my lap, like Moody was saying in that 3rd, 4th redraft rounds, I'm definitely willing to take a shot. He's still one of the most talented running backs in the league, in my opinion. Just that situation around him is real bad. I do expect it to be better there with the Giants, though. So if the offensive line's improved, if the team's improved, Saquon Barkley's production will be improved.
Yeah,
so.
And he can stay healthy.
Yeah,
that's the other aspect of it.
Crossing my fingers on that one.
And Joey, we got a question for you. Joey, the
most important question.
Kev needs to know.
Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, you should not have Brussels sprouts. You should, bake a nice piece of chicken, maybe some nice mixed veggies, and then have some cucumber water afterwards. It'll be refreshing.
Healthy.
Moody, you like cucumber water? Cucumber water?
Cucumber water.
No, I don't like
me either.
Let's go. Just give me regular water at that point. I'm good with that.
You don't. Okay.
Hell, Kev already had Brussels sprouts for lunch.
Whatever.
It's like no lie.
No lie.
Does your house smell like feet, Josh?
He hasn't been here.
All right, we're moving on, Josh. You got 5 points on that one. Moody, we're moving on to you.
All right.
Poll. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, here is your poll. Who won the Eagles-Saints trade, the Saints or the Eagles? And before you answer that, just as a refresher, here, I got to take, I guess, the banner down to see that. I did not plan that one well. Can you guys see that all right? It's a little small.
This is kind of fun. Yeah. I didn't know we could throw these up here.
Yeah, sorry, Joe. I'm coming up a little bit. So the Saints get number 16 pick, number 19 pick, and the number 194th pick this year. Eagles got number 18 pick, 101 pick, 237 pick, and a 2023 first round, 2024 second round pick. All right, so Moody, my question for you is, put that up. That is not the poll. Here we go. Who won the Eagles-Saints trade? The Saints or the Eagles? What percentage of the public chose the Saints in this poll?
What percentage chose the Saints? So I would say 28%.
28%. Final answer?
Yes.
All right, 28%. Joey, do you think the actual percentage is over or under Moody's guess of 28%?
I think it's under. I think the Eagles pretty much ran away with that. And I don't think 20. Would you say, Moody? What was your percentage?
28.
Yeah.
I don't think 28% of Twitter are Saints fans. So I don't think it.
You don't know that.
Well, this is true. I do not know that. But no, I do believe the number is going to be under because I do think the Eagles won that trade pretty decisively.
Yeah.
Okay. Joey taking the under.
It's a good number though. It's low.
And Josh, what do you think the actual percentage is over or under? 28%?
No, it's a great line. I do agree. The consensus of people out there strongly believe that the Eagles won that trade. The Saints, they made their move. They're getting, more draft capital this year. So I hope they have something planned.
Yeah.
The Eagles won that trade. Eagles won the trade. I guess I got to take the under, though. I agree with what Joey was saying there. Just I can't see more than 28% of people saying the Saints won. But I think it's, going to be at least teens, up into the 20s.
There's a lot of Cowboys fans that just will refuse to vote for the Eagles for anything. So
that's kind of true.
I'm doing numbers in my head. So I'm staying under them.
All right. So Moody gets 28% and double under. You reverse split the room on this one, Moody. Reverse split the room.
We'll see if it pans out. I'll say one thing real quick is just that on that trade, when I was thinking once I first saw it, when the news broke, is that I'm like, obviously the Eagles win, the trade from a value perspective, but I think it gives them like a year to further evaluate like Jalen Hurts. And so if it works out well, they're positioned for the future. But if it doesn't, they still have a contingency plan. That was really my main takeaway after seeing that news.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Moody. Like it feels like a strategic move. Mm-hmm. And, I probably wouldn't have made it, but I could see why they would make that.
Yeah.
All right, we got some guesses here in the chat. Albert, 25%, Dame, 18%, Kev, 27%, Craig, 15%, and J Wall, 0%. Eagles fan.
He's an Eagles fan.
Mr. Campers, 33%. All right,
I would have guessed 27% if I was guessing on this one.
Let's see if it pans out for me. Let's see if it pans out.
Well, the actual percentage of people who chose the Saints in this poll is 15%.
Yeah.
Wow.
15%. Yeah. So Moody, you were 13 percentage points away. It's going to still give you a point. You're still going to get a point for this.
Okay. I'm
Josh,
on the board.
You're on the board. Simon, I'm sorry. I have it listed as like on my little scoreboard sheet or whatever as Simon. Because that's how the scoring thing works. It like has to match with Simon, but it's just for Joey. So I might accidentally do that a couple times.
You're the Simon of the show.
I can go dress like Simon if you want to.
Get your jean jacket, man.
I've got his clothes in the closet. Whoops.
Joey and Josh both guessed the under on this one. Correctly guessed the under on this one. So they're each going to get 2 points. Each going to get 2 points.
The math does work out.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Josh, Maker, what was it? 15%? It was 15%?
I think it was 15%.
Or was it 18? Was it 15?
I don't know. I don't know if FanDuel wants us doing Maker's Mark. Maybe. I don't know.
FanDuel doesn't get to decide.
Daddy FanDuel will tell us, yeah.
JL, the math does work out there for each team in the AFC or the NFC East plus Saints fans to be about 15% of
really?
If you think 3 percentage points per team, and then there's a lot of Cowboys fans, and
there are a lot of Cowboys fans.
A lot of Cowboys fans.
Everybody on Twitter is a football fan, so it makes sense. Yep. And then Jordan in here, ¿Cómo están, hermanos? What up, Jordan? Welcome in. Yeah, is Jordan Spanish now? I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
That's the only way you can speak
Spanish. Yeah, it's the one
rule. You are Spanish.
Yeah.
So
yeah. As a Hispanic, I can 100% verify that. That is the rule.
No, you said Spanish, not Hispanic. Right?
Oh, so you have to be.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be a problem for a lot of the world. I think a lot of the countries.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right. So what do you guys think about, let me ask you this. What do you guys think about the Saints plan coming into this season? It feels like they're one of the teams that is kind of caught on their back foot, maybe the most, I would say, out of most NFL teams this year. Like, I'm not quite sure what they're going to do, what kind of moves they're going to make. So what would you guys project or predict the Saints? How are they going to play out this year? Moody, we'll start with you.
Yeah, it's not a good situation. I think we've all known the horrors of the cap situation that they've dealt with. But I would say it is good that they've got Jameis back. They have at least a little bit of continuity there, and plus with not having like Sean Payton there, it won't be like, Jameis, we just need you to be a game manager. You and I all know that that's not Jameis Winston. He just needs to air it out. There's going to be some turnovers, but there's going to be some big plays. So I think that's a good thing. I just think a couple of factors I think that'll play into it. You got the Michael Thomas situation. Is he going to be calibrated with the Saints in regards to his rehab, which still kind of blows my mind. It's like, we thought you were doing rehab. No, I was doing this alternative thing. And I'm just like, oh, that's not good. I'm like, that's not good. So, you got his situation, and with him coming back, who knows what's going to happen with Taysom Hill. He keeps going back and forth for quarterback, tight end. Apparently now it's a tight end. But I do see them adding another wide receiver in the draft, because they definitely have a need there. But I just don't think it's going to be a great season because there's a lot of uncertainty to kind of close the loop on that with Alvin Kamara. What's going to happen with him? With the legal case, I'm like on the surface, I'm like, it doesn't look good. Who knows what the league is going to do? So they could be without him. And they've leaned heavily on the running back position pretty much ever since Sean Payton has arrived. And then behind him, you've got Mark Ingram. You've got Tony Jones. It's just not looking good at all. So this is a team that could finish literally like at the very bottom, the NFC South.
Yeah.
It's that dire.
Yeah. Felt like a very quick turnaround. Like they've not been bad.
Drew
Josh,
Brees, Sean Payton, you lose one of the best quarterbacks that's ever played in the NFL. It's going to hurt. And then Sean Payton's one of the better offensive coaches we've seen in recent memory. So I'm nervous for the Saints. If I were them, maybe it's just because I play in a bunch of Dynasty leagues because it's rebuild time, man. You got these aging assets. They're still pretty valuable. Alvin Kamara, with his off the field issues, it might be tough offloading him at the moment, but Michael Thomas, you got pieces that are aging. They're just going to be losing value from here on out. I say rebuild off this team and try again in a year or two,
Yeah.
That's just me.
Josh, if I remember correctly, you were saying in one of your videos this week that you could see Olave ending there.
Oh yeah.
That would be interesting.
I just think he's a really good talent. He's just a great all-around receiver. And when you pair him with Jameis Winston, I think it's a good fit because he can blow the roof off the top, get a bunch of deep balls year one if he was on the team with Jameis Winston. So I like it.
Joe, you have anything to add?
Yeah, so being the Bucs fan, I've lived with Jameis for a little while, up until the last couple of years. It's not going to be the type of offense they're used to. But one thing that nobody really hit on was the Saints defense is really good. If Kamara does come back, him and Ingram will 1-2 punch. It could just be a different offense altogether than we've seen in New Orleans. So I think they're very fortunate. Also, they play in the NFC South because I don't think the Falcons are going to be very good. And unless the Panthers get, I would say, Malik Willis, and he turns out to be great, I don't think the Panthers are going to be that good this season. Yeah. So they might, get that 7th wild card spot just by default because they're going to get 4 wins.
It's a great addition. Great point to add there.
Is that even good for them though? Because that's a worse draft pick than they're a middling team. It's like Dynasty. I always, it's the worst to be in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know it's a little bit different in the NFL. You have fans to deal with. You got to fill those seats. You got to make money. It's a business still, so make money. It's different. It's a little different. So Joey's right there. They do have a good defense.
Yeah, that's a great point to add. All right, we're moving on. Joey, is your time to shine. Are you ready?
Okay.
Wait, guys, I'm ready. We forgot the most important point. Jameis has LASIK.
I've made the joke too often. I wanted to say it, but that's my biggest fear as a Bucs fan is that the LASIK fixed everything. That he can now see the players down the field. And it's just like, oh my gosh. But when we got Brady, I was like, we got the Super Bowl. But I was afraid Winston was going to go win the Saints 3 Super Bowls in a row.
That would be wild. All right. All right, Joey, here's your poll.
I'm ready.
Dynasty, Superflex. Who would you rather have as your QB2? Jalen Hurts, Trey Lance, or Justin Fields? What percentage of the public chose Jalen Hurts in this poll?
So in most Dynasty drafts I've been in, I feel like Lance and Fields are both going before Hurts. So I think Hurts is going to get the smallest amount of votes here. I'm going to go 29%.
29%. Final answer? Locking that in?
Can I have a second to do a little math?
Sure.
Yeah, 29%.
All right, 29%. Josh, is the actual percentage over or under 29%?
Yeah, if I logically break this down, 29% makes a lot of sense. Jalen Hurts has proven so much more than Trey Lance and Justin Fields have proven so far. But the Eagles don't seem to be fully bought into Jalen Hurts. The upside is through the roof with the Trey Lance and Justin Fields. Really, all these guys. I think Jalen Hurts, like you said, Joey, is going to get the least amount of votes here. But I'm going to have to take the under here because it's going to be the least by a little bit.
All right, Moody, what do you think? Over, under? Joey's guess, 29%.
Yeah, this is a really difficult question. Now I can feel with kind of Joey's pain. We're trying to do some math.
Yeah,
thinking like
the 3 option questions.
How is this going to pan out? Because to your point, Josh and Joey, you got Jalen Hurts for where obviously well publicized, well hyped, going into last season, but still just been really inconsistent. Obviously the ankle injury played a part, especially the second half of last season. So much hype surrounding like Trey Lance, but then there's the uncertainty: is Jimmy G going to be there? And I think some people may be down on Justin Fields because if they can look at his offensive playmakers that he has, who's he going to throw to outside of Cole Kmet and Darnell Mooney? But
gosh,
this is tough. I guess I'm going to go with the under though on this one.
My
gut is saying the under. Yeah.
All right, joining Josh with the under on Craig's. Oh gosh, I saw Craig's name.
I mean, hey, with
Joey,
Jalen
really
Hurts' production last year, though, people are scrolling through here and they see these 3 names. They're like, Jalen Hurts got it last year. It's I could see a lot of votes going that way. So we'll see.
Yeah.
The part about the QB2, like I feel like people when they take their QB2, they're maybe a little more risky on it. They might not be as dependable with that QB2. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna take some upside here. And Lance and Fields are all about upside, in my opinion.
Right.
So I don't know.
We'll
see what happens.
Yeah, we will. We had some good guesses here in the chat. Craig, 24%. Dame, 24%.
Hey.
Mr. Scamps, 11%. Albert, 21%.
I can live with that.
All right. Well, the actual percentage of people who chose Jalen Hurts as the QB they would rather have as their QB2 was 23%.
Ah, okay.
23%.
Yeah, no, that's a good guess.
Joey, you were
guess,
6
Joey.
percentage points away, just outside of that 5 percentage threshold. So that's going to give you 3 points.
Okay.
Josh and Moody, you both correctly guessed the under, so you're both going to get 2 points each.
Okay.
Going to get 2 points each. Moody, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Between Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, which of those do you think is going to take the biggest step this season?
So you're saying a Trey Lance, Justin Fields, and Trevor Lawrence, right?
Yeah, those 3 main.
Okay.
I guess you should throw Zach Wilson in there too. I always think of those.
Yeah. Want to know what about Mac Jones?
I gotta hear Mac Jones.
It's
out of all of them.
Again, another challenging question. I don't know. My gut is saying Trevor Lawrence because he had the accolades kind of going into last year. Jacksonville, despite what people think about the talent that they brought in, they are being proactive to surround him with playmakers to position him for success. And also, too, after the what's the right word? The revelation, we'll say, of the Urban Meyer regime and what was brought to light, it's like, wow, he actually played that well in that dysfunction. So imagine what he's going to do in his first full NFL offseason. So I think with all those factors, considering he had the most playing time out of that trio, I think Lawrence is going to be the guy.
I'm with you 100%, Moody. That has I've been saying very similar. Been taking a very similar line this offseason. Joey, do you agree with Moody that Trevor Lawrence will be the guy that takes the biggest leap here?
Wholeheartedly. I think with Lawrence getting ETN back, especially, I'm super excited to see what that offense looks like this year. They added some really cool wide receivers that I'm actually pretty intrigued to see what happens. As it stands we know the weapons Lance has, and I actually do kind of like Lance a little more than Fields, but I really hope that the Bears go out and get one of the better wide receivers in this draft. I really do.
Yeah, I think it's likely that I don't know if they'll get one of the better, they'll definitely draft someone. I think it's likely they will. Josh, I know you have a slightly different opinion here. Most likely. Which of these guys do you think will take the biggest leap?
Biggest leap, it might as well just be who's going to have the better season next year because all these guys did pretty much nothing last year. Yeah. Varying forms of nothing. Trevor Lawrence started every game and didn't really do much with it. Trey Lance only played 2 games. Looked really good in those games, running wise, not necessarily from an NFL winning games perspective, but he looked good for fantasy, I would say. And then Justin Fields, a mix of the 2, I would say. Started about half the season. But I'm taking Trey Lance out of all these guys first, and I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be there. I just don't see how they ride another year with Jimmy Garoppolo. I think they want to give Trey Lance a chance. He's going to run all around the field, and with the weapons the 49ers have, and the design runs they're going to give Trey Lance. And his big body, he can score touchdowns. I don't know. He's definitely my favorite out of those 3 we're talking about there.
Fair enough. It'll be interesting to see. I do like all of these guys. I think all of them are going to be great NFL quarterbacks. See when it happens.
Yeah, I'm excited for next year.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to see who was the closest. It was 23%. I think maybe the double 24.
Somebody was 20. Oh, the double 24s. I thought somebody was 22 as well.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think
Awesome.
24.
Good job,
Very
Kaya.
close. Great. Yeah, Craig and Dame both got it. All right. That wraps up round 1 poll perception. You guys want to get into the round?
I think
Let's
so.
do it.
Josh, you got a nice lead, but as we know, that means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. All right, Josh, we're back to you. Here's your second poll, my friend.
Okay.
Who would you rather roster, Marquis Brown or Jerry Judy in Dynasty? What percentage of the public chose Marquis Brown in this poll?
Yikes. So, okay, let me start with last season. Let's just start there. Marquis Brown had a much better season than most people realized. He died off at the end of the last season, but Lamar Jackson didn't play the last 5 or 6 games, and that kind of correlates with Marquis Brown kind of falling off where Tyler Huntley was just chucking it to Mark Andrews the majority of the time. Jerry Judy, he didn't do much last season. He was injured for a good portion, maybe missed 6 games, but he came back and he was disappointing. I don't think he scored a touchdown. I don't think he had 1 touchdown, but he's got Russell Wilson now. A lot of hype there. I'm going to go with the Jerry Judy side of this because so much hype from Russell Wilson, and the Marquis Brown is kind of getting the anti-hype. There was the concern with him, going to play video games and not even playing football anymore. I don't think that was ever actually a realistic scenario. But I got to go with Jerry Judy winning this poll. I could see it being pretty close. I could see it being pretty close. I'm between going 36 and 45%, just like I was on my first one, and I cannot decide. Let's see. 36 or 45. 36 or 45. Man, I'll go 36%.
36%?
Yet again.
Locking it in?
Yeah. I'll go with 36.
All right. Moody, I think the actual percentage is over or under Josh's guess. 36%.
I'm going to go with the over on this one. Because Josh brought up a number of really good points. You've got Russell Wilson. He's joining. Every time I see Russell Wilson, I just think of he's like a living, breathing successory. You remember those motivational quotes, things. That's my nickname for him. But anyway, I digress. You got Russell Wilson coming over, obviously going to upgrade the offense. The quarterback situation in Denver has been hideous, obviously. Since Peyton Manning has retired. So I think the hype train, it's definitely going to be over in my opinion.
So real fast, I took 36% on the Marquis Brown side. So if you took over, you'd be saying more people chose Marquis Brown than 36%.
Oh, yeah. Scratch that. Here, we'll do. Let me use the time stone to rewind time.
No, it's so good.
I was sitting there thinking Judy.
Maria and I are right in the middle of a MCU rewatch, so that was good reference.
You like that reference? Hey, we're always calibrated.
Love that.
All right, so we're looking at Judy, right? Sorry about that, gents. So
36%, I guessed on Marquis Brown. So you think it's Jerry Judy is going to win? So I think it's
under. So it's under because if you're saying Brown 36, I think it's going to be under.
All right. Moody taking the under. Joey. Over or under Josh's guess, 36.
So two things are the reason I'm going to go under. One, because I think 1 out of 3 people thinks Marquis Brown's going to be better than Judy, so 33%. And the other is I think Josh went a little high because he's a Ravens fan, so he's leaning into his fandom just a tiny bit. He's a fantastic analyst, but it's really hard, even for the best analysts, to get away from their teams just a little bit. I think Josh.
If I won 45%,
very, very good. I would have gone under.
I think that decision between 36 and 45 is really where
I was hoping you were going to go 45.
I'm sure you were.
I think your guess is fantastic, Josh, but I think it's a little high. Little tiny bit high.
So you're taking the under.
Yes.
We'll see if it pans out for us. I hope it does.
We'll see if it pans out.
We have. To,
I went 36% last time, and you guys both took the over. So
I know, switching it up. J Wall said 35%. Scott 40%. 3-5 straight. Bobbin, Craig 38%. Dame 42%. Albert 33%.
Guys. Yeah. They're all around my guess.
And Mr. Scampers 33%.
They're all around my guess.
All right. To refresh, Josh guessed that 36% of people chose Marquis Brown in this poll. 36% of people chose Marquis Brown in this poll, and both Joey and Moody took the under. Well, the actual percentage of people who chose Marquis Brown in this poll was 62%.
62.
What?
62% of people
chose Marquis Brown.
Wow.
Pretty wild.
That
Pretty
is
wild.
Maybe they're that's go ahead, Josh. Yeah.
No. I think I was just about to that's all I was gonna say.
Yeah, that I was I think what was happening here, because I thought the same thing when I saw this poll, and I think what's happening here might be a bit of that, like that what you were talking about, Josh, the hype, right? Like I think a lot of people are buying, or I think a lot of people. It sounds like a lot of people are buying into the hype because like Jerry Judy has been in our minds recently, and Marquis Brown has not. But
yeah,
a lot of people like
Marquis Brown or Jerry Judy
for Jerry Judy. Yeah,
but it was the opposite. I mean, Marquis Brown won.
I know, but I'm saying I think that's what I was originally thinking when I went into it as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I think maybe that skewed what, maybe a lot of people think, because I see a lot of people talk about Judy. I'm like, okay, well, people are going to love Judy. But maybe that's it. I don't know. But this is pretty surprising to me. Are you guys all taking Judy over Marquis Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would. I'm sitting there thinking about so I know I had a tweet that came out maybe a couple of weeks ago on Marquis Brown, just because the volatility, up or down that he has. And I'm just like, it's like a nightmare, having that guy on your team in fantasy. So a lot of people got really excited about that because they pointed out to Marquis Brown and his rapport with Lamar Jackson, and Lamar Jackson's back. And so in hindsight, after you gave the number, I'm thinking, okay, it makes sense. Again, I don't agree with it, but it's but I could see how people would, because they're thinking back to kind of have the connection between Lamar Jackson and Marquis Brown. But then, in my opinion, they're forgetting that Rashad Bateman's there too. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, and Judy hasn't necessarily performed on all the talent. And so, we're hyped. I actually have Judy slightly above Marquis Brown. It's not a big gap in my dynasty ranking. So,
and Judy's got Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick,
right.
KJ Hamler, right, Joey?
Yeah, Javonte Williams,
KJ Hamler, best ball. Watch out.
Watch out.
I will tell you this. Now, just think about this, gents. Fast forward. Hey, the month is like June of 2022. We get that first report.
Okay. It's nice and warm out.
We get that first report about all these different breakfasts.
Russell Wilson
snacks,
loves throwing
lunches and dinners that Jerry Judy is having with Russell Wilson. The Twitter community, fantasy football community, is going to go bonkers. Just wait for it.
They're playing paper football at breakfast.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I really want to.
Sierra invited him over for dinner. I'm just like, oh man,
this is baby's godfather.
Wild. I know, right?
Sorry, go ahead, Joey.
Oh, I was gonna say a joke. That was not good. And I was gonna say I want to know which Ravens beat reporter put this poll out, because that's the only way I see like the numbers being that high.
Yeah,
but hey, the
like
this
I said,
is why we do this
game
to learn from our public as well. So
yeah, it's all right. Well, nobody got points on that one, so not so much lost there, and I don't think anyone in the chat got points either. I think this is a straight up skunk. So we're gonna move on. Moody, right. You ready for your next poll?
Right. Yeah, let me try to get back into the game. Can't let Josh win, right?
Can't let Josh win.
I feel pretty good right now, Moody.
He called the shot, though. He called the shot.
You're allowed to. All right, here's your poll, Moody.
Okay.
Dynasty, another dynasty poll. Who would you rather roster? Jameson Williams, Keenan Allen. Jameson Williams, rookie player. You don't know. Gosh. What percentage of the public chose Jameson Williams? Sorry, I forgot that part.
I'm thinking back to those previous episodes. You're like, hey, this is really, really difficult, Moody. This is difficult for me. This is difficult for me. Sorry. So who would you rather roster? Jameson Williams, Keenan Allen. So the Jameson Williams side.
He was so good at Alabama.
He was.
I'm going to go with 55%.
55%. Locking that in?
Yeah, and my rationale is that my mind is telling me Keenan Allen because he's a proven commodity.
But what's your body telling you?
I would just say my instincts are telling me that people are going to go crazy over Jameson Williams for some reason. And that, rookie fever, the whole nine. So I'm going to go against what my mind is telling me. And I guess to your point, my body's telling me Jameson Williams 55%.
My mind.
So. We'll see if it works out for me. We'll see.
Telling me, Alvin, but my body.
I always quote that, and Maria's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It's funny if you know
it's telling me the rookie."
All right, Joey. Oh, sorry, Moody. You took which one? I didn't record it.
55% for.
Oh yes,
James,
yeah. You're setting the
Jameson
line.
Williams side,
JL.
right?
Yeah, get it together. I got you. 55%. Joey, it's the actual percentage over or under. Moody's guess 55%. Go.
Well, I don't see nothing wrong with taking either of these players. So there's context mixing though for me, because like if I could get Keenan Allen like in the 4th versus where's Jameson Williams going right now, Josh? Where have you seen him?
Draft capital is going to play such a big factor into that, but I think he's one of the 5, 6, 7 rookies that are could easily be a first round pick in the NFL draft. So if that's the case, he's going to be drafted.
I realize I'm asking. I just realized I'm asking you for help in a way.
I know. I'll give you that.
And I just now it dawned on me. Okay. No, I think the number is going to be. Oh man, this is tough. I think the guess is really good. We're all guessing so great today, except for that last one where the people were really wrong. But I'm going to say under. 55.
Take the under.
Yeah.
All right.
Just because I think people know Keenan Allen's name more dependable, and I don't know.
All right. Taking the under. Josh, you think over or under? 55%.
So, I mean, like, if Jameson Williams didn't tear his ACL, like late, I think it was it in the national championship game? It was in the playoffs, I believe. But if he didn't tear his ACL and it's such a recent injury, like, I think he's a locked and loaded, maybe early first round pick. Now it's kind of muddled. We'll kind of see what happens. And if that were the case, he doesn't tear his ACL, I think he's getting hyped up maybe much more than Keenan Allen. But now with the injury, without seeing where he's getting drafted, everything like that, I could see the hype take him above Keenan Allen. But it's Keenan Allen. People are going to be scrolling through. It might not even know Jameson Williams' name, some people on Twitter, right? And Keenan Allen, he's been around. But he is going to be 30 pretty soon. I think he's going to be 30 by the time the season starts, which is not great for a wide receiver. So I probably would have gone more like 50%. So I'm going to take the under.
Taking the under. All right. Let me write that down here.
Fingers crossed, gents.
Under. We got some good guesses here in the chat.
Jameson Williams is really good, though.
We got J-Wall, 35% again. Craig, 39%. Dean, 50%. Scott, 42%. Kev, 52%. Kev always guesses 52%. Albert, 41%. All right. Well, the actual percentage of people who chose Jameson Williams in this poll as player they would rather roster in Dynasty is 59%.
Ooh, good.
59%.
Moody,
let's
go.
Moody.
Rookie hype.
Beautiful.
Rookie
You were within
Wow.
4 percentage
Wow.
points. That's going to give you 5 nice points, Moody. And let's see, Josh and Joey, you both took the under. And that's
gonna give Moody
wrong.
the lead. Not the lead, but he's gonna be.
I'm close. I'm
right
on your
there,
heels.
right next to me.
I'm on
That
your
puts me
heels.
in my role, my usual role.
Joey 10.
I did win poll perception last time I played.
Did you?
We threw a party. We had like streamers.
Yeah. And
Every week, my wife has it ready in the living room, and every week I come out just sullen. Like I didn't do it. And then I walk out there. I was like, I
Not
did
this
it.
week.
She didn't have the string ready to pop the balloons. It was just, she never thought it would happen. So,
I think the fact that Keenan Allen's going to be 30 pretty soon played a major factor in this.
Absolutely.
Probably.
Yeah. That
makes
was a great
sense.
breakdown, Moody.
Yeah. Good job, Moody.
yeah. When the guesses are that good, it's the over under. It's tough.
Yeah.
So
I think Kev's guess is the closest, 52%.
good job, Kev.
In the chat. Wow.
Good job,
Well done,
Kev.
Kev. Oh, and I forgot to update. This is for you, Joey. He got ravioli.
Hey, good choice.
Yeah.
Let us know if it's
excellent.
good.
Tell Jane I said hi.
You go wrong with
Cheese
that.
ravioli.
And then Mr. Scampers came in right before you announced that 67.
67,
I just
that's
put
pretty
that
good
up there
guess,
because
yeah.
he's the only person that like went that high.
Over.
So,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Great guess, Mr. Scamps. All right, guys. We're going to get into our last, or our penultimate poll here. This one's for you, Joey.
Mhm.
Let me pull it up. All right, Joey. Here's your poll. Dynasty. Superflex.
Dynasty, Superflex.
Who would you rather roster? Chris Olave or Zach Wilson? What percentage of the public chose Chris Olave in this?
This is tough. I do think people know Chris Olave's name. Although his name's very close to olives, which is terrible. So,
If you don't know, we did a food
Chris
bracket.
Olave.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know, we did our worst food bracket earlier in the show. Moody, you're familiar with brackets. You've been on our show, play that. Yeah, and olives was a strong contender.
What black licorice ended up winning.
Black licorice.
Black licorice, yep.
Yeah, it's the worst food. So it's super flex. So Zach Wilson's number is going to come up a little more than if it wasn't, of course. I'm going to say 57% for Chris Olave.
57%. Final answer?
That's my final answer because I saw Josh's reaction, which makes me think it was a good guess.
What a bad guess, Joey. Easy. No, that was
all right. All right. So you guessed 57% of people chose Chris Olave. Josh, over under 57%.
Oh no. The reason I'm thinking it's going to be Chris Olave is because of what we just saw with that last poll. I know this is completely different. Keenan Allen, Zach Wilson, they're not even close. Actually, Zach Wilson's probably getting drafted ahead of Keenan Allen in a lot of places, but I think Chris Olave is being regarded as a better dynasty asset than Jameson Williams in a lot of places. Not everyone's saying that, but I think that's the perception. Man, I don't know. I think I'm going to go. I think I would probably guess closer to 50% myself. I got to take the under on this one.
Taking the under.
Yeah.
All right.
He's going to queen bee me.
Moody, you think the actual percentage is over or under Joey's guess of 57%?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the under here. Like I like Zach Wilson still as a prospect. I think he'll have a better year 2022 than he did last season. But again, in fantasy, a lot of people look through the rearview mirror and they just think about the Zach Wilson that they saw last year. But then you look at the hype, around Chris Olave, and like I think this will be pretty tight, but I just don't think it's going to be over the 57%. So I'm going to go with the under still.
All right. Double under on Joey's guess of 57%.
Let's go, Moody. Let's
go. In the chat. Let's see. We got 67%. We got 35%. Whoops. From Craig. We got 59% from Scott. 35 from J Wall. It's just getting lazy now. J Wall. Dame 44%. Albert 45%. Good guesses here in the chat.
I think you're going to get points, Joey. So I'll tell you that much.
I will tell you right now if you're going to get points.
Let me see. I want to know.
And the actual percentage of people who chose Chris Olave in this poll was 24%.
Get out. Wow.
24%.
Did anybody think it was going to be that low, though?
No, I didn't.
Not even the
chat. I did not.
1,040 votes.
This is the difference between the last one. It says Dynasty Superflex. So the people looking at this, they're like, Superflex, quarterback. Quarterback.
Yep.
No, I know what happened. Accent all of a sudden, but
quarterback.
What'd you do?
I know what happened. JL got the Marquis Brown numbers mixed up with these numbers.
Oh, I see.
This is starting to add up now. It's starting to add up now. All right.
It makes sense. I make mistakes. All right. So that, Joey, unfortunately, you were 33% away, percentage points away. So you're not going to get any points on this one.
What percentage was it?
It was 24%.
Okay. Wow.
Josh,
J Wall's coming in and taking a knock at you, saying how lazy is that guess against JL? Because he was the closest.
You keep guessing the same thing. Eventually, you'll hit. Broken clock is right twice a day. Isn't that the old saying?
Yeah. That's the old saying.
That's the old saying. All right.
That's funny.
We're going into our final round. 14. How many times a year, Joey? I'm not watching you do math again. We're going into the final poll. Josh, you were ahead by 1 point against Moody. That's all you got.
Let's get. Oh, this is going to be good.
Joey, you are
still win.
You can still win.
I can still win.
So a reminder, this last round's going to work a little different than the previous rounds. All right.
You have a piece of paper, Moody?
I do. Got a notebook right here.
All right, perfect. Our contestants are going to each write down a percentage to our final poll. All right. They're going to write them down. The closest contestant is going to get 5 points. If you get it exactly right, you're going to get 10 points. If you and another contestant share a guess, you're both going to get the reward or lack thereof. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here is your final poll. Whose career titles are more impressive, Tiger Woods or Tom Brady? What percentage of the public chose Tiger Woods in this poll, and I will just add the context: 6,189 votes on this one.
Wow.
All right, so contestants, think about it, mull it over, write it down.
Oh no,
Man, this is a fantastic question.
I don't like it at all.
That. So Tiger Woods, okay.
Both of these players are hated so much.
Mr. Scamper said, Mr. Fish got one right because he always Scott Fish always. Did I say Mr. Fish? That's weird.
You did say Mr. Fish.
That's
Excuse
real.
me, Mr.
That's
Fish.
real weird. Scott Fish got one right because he always guesses 24%.
Scott Fish is here.
I miss Scott.
He's not here, but he's gonna be mad when he finds out one was actually 24%. He's in Hawaii, or he's coming back from Hawaii.
It's been there for a while.
Hawaii. Got some good guesses coming in from the chat.
Man,
I got mine.
I think I have mine.
Yeah.
I don't like that you guys know I work with nines.
You told us that info.
Yeah, many.
You know how
times.
long I did it with no one even. I mean, why would you notice? I don't know.
Right.
That would be pretty weird.
It for
Hey,
90%
can you imagine
of
if
our
if someone else like on the team noticed that? Like,
always do.
did you guys notice that Josh has completely picked 9, like divisible by 9
It's not like
numbers
every
all
time. Like I said, 9 out of 10 times.
All right,
Okay.
contestants,
I have a
you
number.
got your numbers.
Yeah, I'm not confident.
I feel like I'm gonna get boxed in for some reason.
All right.
Joey, we are going to start with you.
59.
59%.
Ooh. All right.
And then we're going to go to Moody.
And this is for Tiger Woods, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tiger Woods.
Yep.
All right, about to say I was looking at Joey's number. I was like, really?
Joey cries a little bit. 33%.
Oh, no.
All right.
Oh no.
Josh, what do you got? 27%. All right. All right, Moody, little box
It's
in.
Masters week. That's why I went higher.
Yeah, but
That's
I
fair,
think it might be
Jeff,
a case. I see a 50% guess in the chat. 63 for J-Wall.
3, J-Wall, Dane 25, Scott 50%, Craig 33%, Albert 37%, Mr. Scampers 18%. They are all over the place. All over the place. And Dame said Tiger is still chasing, whereas Brady has no equal or close. Well, the actual percentage of people who chose Tiger Woods in this poll is 40%.
Oh, it's Moody, right?
40%.
Moody's
You're bringing home the gold, Moody. 40%. Well done. That's going to give you 5 points.
All right.
The victory, sir.
Yes.
Good job.
Hey, Josh. Tastes like victory, baby.
J-Wall, clip that.
Clip that. There goes Josh.
I'm so glad he's gone. Eric, you don't understand what we have to deal with every week with him when he wins. Thank you for coming on our show. Hey, Josh.
Oh, he's gone.
You guys trying to talk to me? What are you talking about? I heard you talking. I can still hear you. Moody,
Oh,
good.
man.
That was funny.
I'm disappointed.
That was funny.
I wanted it, but I can't. It was just a good win. That's all.
It was a great win. Great.
That was awesome. That is, again, that was my first time playing Poll Perception, so it was very enjoyable. Very enjoyable. We'll definitely have to do that again. That was awesome. So that was
absolutely.
It was very no doubt about it. This was a really fun show all around. Moody, let's go. You got a lot of fans in the chat here. Let's go, Moody. Way to go, Moody from Dame. Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for us. Again, round of applause for Moody real fast. I want all the people in the chat to be applauding just to themselves, by themselves.
We'll know if you did it.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Round of applause, like for everybody. So
for everybody.
I'll say again, thanks for the invite. Looking forward to the next one. We'll go ahead and book it.
Yes.
So we got the NFL draft coming up. We got summer, lots of fun things going on. So if you haven't already, I just encourage everyone, follow me on Twitter at Eric N. Moody. We have a lot of fun, WNBA, NBA, NFL, fantasy, and sports betting content with the dash of nostalgia and pop culture. So be ready.
You always need that dash of nostalgia and pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have it. Yes, Moody. I can attest to this. Moody is truly one of my favorite people in this industry. Please go follow him.
Do it. Do it. And hey, we're live streaming here on FanDuel's channel every Friday at 6:00 p.m. Eastern times. Hey, follow FanDuel. Follow Front Yard Fantasy as well. That's where we're streaming the rest of the week, 3:00 Eastern times, Monday through Friday. Come in
Front
and check
Yard
us out.
Fantasy into your YouTube search bar, and you'll get there. I promise you.
Let's go. All right. Well, trading makes fantasy fun. I hope everyone has the best weekend of their lives, and we're going to get out of here. I love you guys, and I hope you have a great weekend. Like I said, the best weekend of your lives. Peace.
Bye-bye.